intended doing it. Look at this block. That's an excellent job by Verschuval on middle linebacker Mike O'Shea. Allows him to get the big yardage. Mike Pringle, that is.
And once again, Tracy Ham delivering the football behind the intended receiver, Matt Cody, on the final play of the third quarter. Pringle with 109 yards on the day, but the Alouettes trail 24-6.
Attractive, remarkably engineered Accord Coupe from Honda. How will it affect you?
I'm freezing. Try thinking about something hot.
Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich is seasoned with a blend of pepper and spices, so you'll feel warm all over.
Come on, man. Tell me what you're thinking about. You mind if I open the window?
When you're hot, you're hot.
Okay, Brainiac. How come you're done so soon?
Undercover intelligence.
Right, your satellite images.
It's all undercover, man. This cover. Anything you need to know. All the latest listings. I can find anything I need and save money on it, too. I even stay current on hundreds of topics using the TELUS Talking Yellow Pages. And
satellite images.
Alberta.com.
The TELUS Yellow Pages. Read it, phone it, surf it. It's more than a book. It's undercover intelligence.
I'm freezing. Try thinking about something hot.
Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich is seasoned with a blend of pepper and spices, so you'll feel warm all over.
Come on, man. Tell me what you're thinking about. You mind if I open the window?
When you're hot, you're hot.
Mike Pringle imploring his teammates here. He is telling them 3 scores, that's what we need. And Dave Ritchie was saying yesterday, maybe the only difference in Mike Pringle now is he's become more of a leader. You heard from Mike Sutherland earlier today about his leadership.
You know, he's such a quiet guy, but he usually does all his talking by what he does on a football field. But, you know, he is a leader. I mean, last week, you know, he had the 186 yards rushing, and he just ran all over the Edmonton Eskimos. As you say, he just fights off tackles. He's so strong, and he just gets stronger as the game goes on.
This is his 12th 100-yard gain. He also had 98 in a game against Hamilton, 92 against Saskatchewan. And this was during the break, as he's letting everybody know this game has not lost yet. 2nd and 10. Tracy Ham, good protection, and throws incomplete, and they still haven't got the Ham to Armstrong connection hooked up.
No, they haven't. This time he just leads him a little too much. Armstrong tries to come across. It's the same thing. He's working on Fakir Brown, comes in, slides into the middle, crossing route, just a little bit ahead, but at least he's hitting him in the hands now. They've gone from being behind Armstrong to just a little in front, and I'm sure that thing is going to be ironed out very shortly.
Terry Baker 2 for 5 today, and another long attempt, this one from 47 out. They need a big one. And Baker, for the second time today, hits the upright. And it goes from bad to worse for the veteran place kicker.
Well, don't buy a 649 because you don't have any luck right now. But you're right, twice in a game to hit the uprights. What are the odds of that, really?
So the Argos will take over. A little scrum down on the field as tempers are shorting out. Todrick McIntosh in the middle of it.
Well, you know, one of the things that happens...
Major foul, unnecessary roughness, Toronto number 21. Was after the play. We'll go back half the distance from the 25, first down.
So George Namako, the reserve safety, got embroiled in something.
Well, you know, there's a lot of bad blood between these two guys. They're playing for something. You see Terry Baker feels like he's got everything and it's going. It just hooks just at the last second. And, you know, it can't even get the bounce to go inside. You can just see his facial expression right now. What more do I have to do to put that thing between them?
There's George Namako, and his penalty has pushed it back to the Argo 12-yard line. In the first minute of the fourth quarter, and Bell really had the heat coming that time from Swack. Alfred Payton brings him to the turf, and now will help him up. But Bell's got to endure the talk, too.
Well, this is one of those things. Anytime you're running a hitch pattern, you want to get your offensive lineman out in front of them. These guys right here have got to get going right now. They let him go, but unfortunately, if your defensive line is not fooled at all, they're going to be in the quarterback's face way too soon to make that play effective. Here's our third quarter stats. You can see the time of possession right now is favoring Toronto at 25 minutes to 20. But here's the big 279 yards passing, only 116 for Montreal. They have to start clicking, passing the football to have any chance of winning this football game.
2nd and 10, Paul Mazzotti crossing. Mazzotti drops the ball, and the Alouettes will push it on play. Now as Mazzotti down, the Alouettes celebrating the turnover. The 4th of the game, and it is a Montreal first down.
Well, you got to create breaks, and they do right here. They get an opportunity. Mazzotti, sure-handed Paul Mazzotti.
4th turnover of the game.
Makes a nice catch. Again, Kraft coming over there, knocking the ball out. William Loftus, the Manitoba product. Presence of mind to knock it out of bounds.
4th turnover, 4 apiece now in that department. And let's see if Ham can capitalize. The ball was loose before Mazzotti hit the turf. Ham option toss, Pringle left side, ran through Wiltshire's tackle and inside the 10.
Well, 9 out of 10 times, you tell me a guy's going to tackle Mike Pringle up high. I don't think it's going to happen. You have to get the big man at the legs. Kelly Wiltshire makes a mistake in trying to high tackle him around the shoulder pads, and he just runs right through him. It's a nice play. Tracy Ham just takes the ball, makes Maxey make a decision. He's caught nowhere land. He just runs right through Wiltshire, as you said, puts his head down, gets everything he can and more.
Remember, the Argos have allowed only 7 touchdowns on the ground this year. Ham in the air, and he's got Armstrong for the touchdown. They finally hooked up. So the Alouettes capitalize on the Mazzotti fumble, and there's plenty of time left. 13:30 to go.
Well, he has been doing this all day. They just haven't been able to connect, as you say. It's the same pattern. Keir Brown gives him the inside. He takes the ball. This time the ball is on the money. Armstrong makes no mistake, takes it in. As you say, 7 points, and there is a lot of time. 13:30 left in this football game.
Baker adds the extra point, and now it's an 11-point game. Toronto 24, Montreal 13. Well, it took early into the fourth quarter for Chris Armstrong to get his hands on the football for the first time, but he has his 5th touchdown catch of the year from Tracy Ham.
And I said it before, it all starts with the protection. Excellent job of the offensive line, allowing Tracy get a clear vision of throwing that football right into Chris Armstrong's arms.
Don't count us out yet. Don't count us out yet.
No, they're just down by 11 now. And the short kick off the hands of Michael O'Shea, and it was Jude St. John. Did you ever get to run back a kickoff?
Yeah, I took one back. I think
Check that Jeremy O'Day, another offensive lineman.
You know what? I think in my career I've had the opportunity to touch the football twice, and it was at practice. So
No, we saw the touchdown earlier. Well, 4 turnovers aside today, uncharacteristic of both these teams.
Well, it all started with Kerwin Bell, little quarterback sneak, and here you can see Rashad Giddings pops the ball up on a kickoff return. Brendan Rogers with a return. Then, of course, the big one, the deflection. Wiltshire gets a nice touchdown on it. It's 14-3 at that time.
Baron Miles, the interception. That set up a field goal late in the game. Now we're back to live action. And Tom Hicks brings down quarterback Kerwin Bell. 4 turnovers aside and 10 points scored by each team off turnovers. And this Alouette defense has kept Montreal in the game all afternoon.
Oh, big time, big time. And here's a kid, Tom Hibbs. He's 1975. Watch him. He just keeps working. Coming in there, going against two guys, makes it. That is a determination sack. Here's a guy that in camp was backup behind Steve Charbonneau and has now earned a starting spot.
He goes to the sidelines. They'll rush 3. In a passing situation, 2nd and 15. And Bell steps up, looks for a man, and has Paul Mazzotti, who hangs on and took an extra shot as he was nailed out of bounds. But Mazzotti shows his emotion as he moves the sticks.
I wasn't sure if that looked like a 10-meter dive move right there, but you gotta like this. I mean, Kerwin Ball, he's gonna get this, sits back there, he's looking around, getting a nice job of protection. They're only rushing 3. Mazzotti reads his zone, sits right in the opening, behind the linebacker, in front of the corner. Nice job. Think he's excited? First down.
He's been wearing his emotions on his sleeve for 11 years in this league. First down, Argos. It's Daryl Mitchell. Gets a block, and Mitchell to the Montreal 50. That's a gain of close to 9. Douglas Kraft, the veteran corner, with the tackle.
Well, they've been going to this play time and time and again. It's just it's like getting an ice cream cone for the offensive linemen. They love it. They get out there and they get to go out there and block from it.
Well, it's a big difference in a week. Daryl Mitchell last week, what might have been his worst game in the Canadian Football League. He was well covered, few drops, and seemed to be distracted by the record pursuit, but not today. He has set the single season mark. And a 9-yard catch there makes it 2nd and 1. Mitchell, 7 catches, 96 yards today. Here's Tony Smith, tripped up with a big hole, but Smith does get the first down. Doug Peterson got his arm on the ankles of Smith.
And it's a good thing he did get his arms on the ankle of Smith, because had he not, there was a lot of real estate for him to run through right there. And that might have been a real backbreaker.
Well, I thought he had the first down, but they will bring the sticks out to get a measurement. A couple of weeks ago, Don Matthews talked about Kerwin Bell's ability to kill the clock in Edmonton with a long drive. At the end of the game, it didn't produce points, but it clinched the game. And now we may be talking about a drive here by Bell to answer the touchdown by Montreal, which could be critical for the Argonauts this afternoon. It was a first down, and Toronto operating from the Montreal 49. Bell looking across field, and that ball got to Kerwin. Andre Kerwin up and has another first down. Irv Smith laid out, looking for the tip or the knockdown, but the ball, that shows you how strong Kerwin Bell's arm is.
That's a 50-yard throw for a 3-yard gain. Kerwin Bell, or Andre Kerwin, makes the catch, gets up, has presence of mind to realize nobody's touched him. Look at this, is sidearm across the field. You think it's got potential to be picked off. He gets up knowing he hasn't been touched, and turns into a nice first down.
That was a clothesline by Kerwin Bell out to the far side of the field, and a key first down to Kerwin, who has 3 this afternoon. And Alfred Payton out of the blocks a little early.
Well, as they confer on this penalty.
It's going against Toronto.
Time count. Toronto number 12. First down repeated.
So they move it back 5 to the Montreal 34. Alouettes defense has to be thinking no more than 3 here. It's an 11-point lead for Toronto, 10.5 minutes to go. Bell first and 15, and he has a receiver inside the 10. And once again, it's Daryl Mitchell. And Mitchell has his 10th catch of the day. Bell slow to get up.
Well, this is a common picture right now. Bell getting up, getting his bell rung. I hate to use that little word, play on words as it were. But he just stands in there, takes the hit. Nice throw. I mean, this is a beautiful throw. And the fact that it's away from the defender, only where the receiver can catch the football. I mean, that's just textbook right there. See him right there. He just gets pushed back. Little forearm in the head by Peterson. Let him know he's there.
So the Argos have driven all the way to the Montreal 8-yard line. Bell with plenty of time into the end zone. Touchdown. Dwayne Dimitrition has the touchdown, and Kerwin Bell answers right back after Montreal had gotten on the board with a major.
Well, how much can we talk about Kerwin Bell? His toughness. He picks himself up almost every other play off the ground. Still finds a way, and as I said earlier, he just seems to get stronger in the second half. Every game we've done with him, he gets stronger. Comes down, marches him all the way down the field, finds Dimitrition, comes across, slides in the middle, nice catch, under coverage. Touchdown Toronto, creates another opening, gives them a little bit more breathing room.
Best drive of the day for the Argos, 7 plays, 72 yards. A big second and long reception by Paul Mazzotti, and it's all capped by the Dimitrition touchdown catch, and Kerwin Bell gives the Argos plenty of breathing room in Montreal. Watching in Winnipeg, getting set to take the field for the second game of the doubleheader against the Edmonton Eskimos. Looks like he borrowed one of Walby's old pieces of headgear.
Either that or he's going to hold up a domo.
(31-13). The guys that got involved there, Bell and Dimitrition, enjoying the touchdown that has put Toronto ahead 31-13. But look at Tyree Davis as he has run out of bounds up across the 45-yard line. And Adrian Smith ran him out of touch.
And a nice job, Adrian Smith, not letting him get the corner right there, because had he got that corner, he was going for a few more yards.
There's a flag down on the field. 9:18 to go. Dwayne Dimitrition, his second touchdown catch of the year.
Offside, Toronto number 35. Penalties declined. First down.
Brendan Rodgers, anxious to get downfield, was offside on the kickoff, but didn't affect the play. Well, they're back 18 points behind Toronto once again here, and this is a team that does not play catch-up very well, and yet they were able to do that against the Hamilton Tiger Cats in the fourth quarter a few weeks ago, down 31-17 with about 10 minutes to go, when Anthony Calvillo hooked up on 2 long touchdown passes to Ben Cahoon. Tracy Ham in relief of Anthony Calvillo this afternoon, and he looks for Chris Armstrong, and this one's picked off. Lahir Brown stepping in front of Armstrong, and the Argo rookie defensive back has his first career interception.
Well, a big interception it is. I mean, it looked like it was going to be completion. Tracy Ham wanting to go to Armstrong, gets the coverage he wants. He's got one-on-one coverage, makes a nice move of escaping, taking it to the outside. But one thing that Don Matthews said about Fakir Brown is he has got the best burst of speed of any defensive back that he's coached in his career. He says, and that makes up space between the receiver and the defensive back. And he just showed it right there. He was beaten early and made up the ground and made a nice interception.
That says something, too, because he is just 21 years of age. A bit of a project for Matthews this year. In fact, he is shared duties at that defensive half position with Byron Capers, because Matthews thinks both deserve a chance to start. And Capers is today at outside linebacker.
Well, he's in a situation where he's got 2 great talents, or future great talents, that he can work with.
Under 9 minutes to go, the Argos take over, enjoying an 18-point advantage, and they'll go to the ground. Tony Smith flagged down, Smith outside. And he's jolted out of bounds at the 49, but it looks like this one's coming back. Well, Don Matthews always thinking ahead.
Holding, Toronto number 58. First down repeated.
Chris Giaskis the call, and the one thing that Matthews and the Argos would like to improve is their running attack, and with the injury to Pinball Clements, they get a chance to really work Tony Smith here.
Well, I think they got to do that. I mean, they're last in the league at running the ball. They know they can run the ball. It's just that they've had so much success throwing the football. It was one of those situations. But yeah, as the bad weather comes in, we're going to have to establish some sort of a ground game.
First down, over 20 yards to go. Bell with plenty of steamboats, wide open. Daryl Mitchell ducking away from two defensive backs. And Mitchell at the 52-yard line, and what a collision between a couple of Alouettes back there, and I think it's Douglas Kraft really took a jolt from one of his teammates.
Well, originally we could see this play developing from up here, and Mitchell was wide open coming up the seam, and Tracy Gravely just passed him off thinking that somebody else deeper was going to take him. Nobody did pick him up. Bell gets out of the pocket, sees him wide open, throws a completion, but as you said, two defenders trying to tackle him. One hits his own man. Kraft ends up the worse for wear on that play.
Well, we mentioned last week, Daryl Mitchell, 4 catches and only 37 yards. He has 9 today for 153. Well, let's take a look at what happened there. William Loftus had Mitchell lined up, but Mitchell made a move, and Douglas Kraft was on the receiving end.
Whoa. Oh, you can just see that Loftus had his head down, trying to lead with the helmet. But remember, when you lead to the top of your helmet, your eyes are looking at the ground. He just drives his helmet right into the midsection of Kraft. And the best situation we can hope for Douglas Kraft is just that he got the wind knocked out of him. The worst situation is they're going to have to go to the sidelines and look for his kidneys.
Boy, the secondary's been beaten up today. Irv Smith earlier, Tom Europe, and now Douglas Kraft. Bench after that enormous hit from his teammate on the completion from Bell to Mitchell.
He's just wide open. You can see him. He's down. He's waiting for the football. I mean, I don't think he even sees that train go from behind him when he nailed his own player, but you could hear it.
Crunch. Daryl Mitchell with the catch, and away he goes again. Nailed from behind, but he's got another first down. Mitchell with catch number 133 of this remarkable season.
But as you said, the man that makes it all happen, Kerwin Bell. I mean, he just stands back there and fires. He knows what's working and what's not working, and he hits him on another hitch pass. The thing that's happening to Montreal right now is with all these injuries, they got to switch people around, and this is an opportune time for Toronto to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Loftus is now the safety. Mark Washington on the corner for Douglas Kraft. And Bell going to the rear again. There's Nigel Williams in the flat. Irv Smith there. Bell now has 32 completions on the day. He's over 400 yards for the 3rd time this season. He had 501 against Edmonton, 449 against Hamilton, now over 400 again. It's the 10th game in 11 starts for Bell that he's over 300 yards passing, and the 8th time over 350.
Well, here's Edmonton. He's thrown for 500 yards against Edmonton on September 26th. He just had everything working. He was on all cylinders that night, and of course, receivers were catching everything, but he is a real pinpoint passer, and he's always said, I'm not a scrambler, but he said, I'll tell you what, I'll take a pinpoint passer that's a drop back quarterback over a scrambler any day.